guys, it's Kayla here again today, and I'm going to record a quick voiceover with a layout using TSK Sage. I'd already done 2 layouts using this kit, but unfortunately they weren't filmed because I didn't think I was going to get my new computer in time, so I'll do a video share of those. But this is one I did last week, and I'm quickly recording a voiceover before I go to hospital for surgery today, so I've got my son beside me, so I'm hoping this is relatively a pain-free voiceover. So what I'm doing right now is preparing my background with some whip spackle, which is a product by Faber-Castell, and it's sort of like a texture paste, like icing texture, and I used a Kaisercraft stencil. Now I'm pulling in some tulle, which I bought because Nay had it as her wedding backdrop. And she used it on a layout and I just loved it, so I went and got some for myself, and I thought that added a good texture to the background. And my son is saying hello at the moment because the photos are of his cousins Chloe and Ruben, so he's rather excited about that. So as you can see, I just had a blooper there where I dropped it down, and that adhesive is quite sticky, so it did rip, but it was okay because I wasn't going to use that bit. And this is my new little trimmer, which is really handy for doing little jobs like this. And the photos that I'm using are Polaroid photos, but they aren't taken using a traditional Polaroid camera. I just recently purchased an Instax share printer, which means that you can put a picture from your phone via Wi-Fi through the Instax share, and it will turn it into a Polaroid picture, which is really cool. And that's what Steffi was talking about in her last video. We both went and got one. Yeah, I think we're not very good influences on each other because we seem to have been encouraging each other to buy things, but that's alright. So I've used some of the Star Vellum and some of the specialty paper, which is that gold wood grain, and it's amazing. I love it to bits. And I'm just placing some adhesive down to get that down. Now, I had some major issues with the sewing machine on this layout, and I don't know what caused it, but it just was not working, and I didn't edit it out. I thought, hey, you can all see I'm a normal scrapbooker. I have frustrations. So I tried to sew the tulle down. I thought that would look really cute, but I don't know, it must have been, see, I put my sewing machine on the floor not on the floor, but underneath my desk when I finished using it, and I think my son may have fiddled with it a little bit. So he's only 2 and he thinks it's rather fun. So I had some real issues and it was tearing up the paper, so I had to do some creative covering up, but hey, it all worked out in the end. So what you can see here is just me trying to make this work, and then I ended up giving up, and at the end, I'm not sure if you get it on film, but I did sew around the edge of this layout because I framed it on another piece of paper, which is what I tend to do when I have a layout with a white background. Hey darling, Mummy's doing a voiceover. Remember what we said about being quiet, having quiet time? Yeah? Oh my goodness. Now, yeah, so as you can see, I gave up on the sewing, and I've just placed one of those little leaf feather clips from the collection onto the corner of that photo. I love those clips. They are so beautiful, and I could hoard a million. Now I'm placing some foam, and I'm so sorry about my totally random nails. Some of them came off. I was trialing something on my nails and it didn't quite work, and I wanted to get this video filmed, so I really didn't care. So you've got really dodgy nails in this photo, in this film, so yeah. And me ripping up a doily, but you don't notice. Now I'm placing that flower, which is from the sticker sheet, I think. I just remove the stickiness with some powder, which is what I tend to do if I'm going to be moving around things on a page. Most of the time when I'm going to film a layout, I kind of put things together before I film and then work out a general way that I'm going to put together the layout first. So I will have removed the stickiness from anything adhesive because of that reason. Now I'm using that feather, which is from the die cut pack, and that is from Fancy Pants, and I think it works so well in this collection. And I did put the die cut that says just a little note from me to you. And when I finally find a typewriter, I'm going to add some journaling to this layout with a note to my beautiful niece and my beautiful nephew. These were taken only a couple of weeks ago, and I've been quite unwell and quite I haven't been able to see them a lot because I haven't been able to move very well because of my back. So I just want to write them a little note. They've been so beautiful and they're growing up so quick. Chloe, my niece, was really my first experience, should I say, with children, because I'd never been around children before. We come from a family where there aren't many kids in the family, so I was rather excited. Oh, now my alarm's going to go off. Yeah, I was rather excited, and I tend to like baby her a little bit. So now I've got some crochet thread which I'm going to tie through the top of my tag just to create a bow. And I don't know if I'm the only one, but I really struggle because when I go to tie my bows, I always think they look weird and I struggle to get the perfect bow. And I know there are all these kinds of techniques and doodads for doing. Actually, I've seen one done with a fork, I think, on Pinterest, but I really struggle to get the perfect bow and to have it just sit and look natural. But I just went with it. I was in the mood today to get things stuck down. I actually had this particular layout sitting on my desk for over a week, ready to be filmed. So as you can imagine, I was eager to get it finished. I had a few puffy stickers. So that black one says "You Make Me Happy," and that is from Heidi Swap, and the gold ones are from Pink Paisley. So I'm just finding a few more that might be appropriate. And these gorgeous washi tape stickers are from Pink Paisley, Cedar Lane, and you got one sheet in your kit, I think, but I had a couple from my stash. So I just placed some. I loved that blue one that said "Love This." That was really, really cute. And then I put another one, I think to the right hand side of the layout. So I really apologise about the shadowing on this video too. You can see my hands and my head and God knows what. It's just the time of day I probably filmed this and where my desk is now. It's just unfortunate. It's where it's got to be. So you can still see what I'm doing. And you can hear my son waffling away in the background. So these are the Pink Paisley Cedar Lane clear stickers. They didn't come in the kit, but they matched the collection, and I just wanted to add a little word up there, so I put the word cute because I ended up titling this layout Cuties, so I thought that would work really well. And now I'm having a look at the sticker sheet to see what else I can add. They had these little floral, I don't know what you call them, little fern like things. They were rather cute, and a little floral. I don't know, did I add that? Maybe I did. So this is a part of the layout when I wasn't sure if I was done. I'm adding my title, and these are the Jen Hadfield letter stickers. They're really bold and really, they're a chunky gold glitter, so they are quite a statement on your layout, but that's okay. I end up staggering them a little bit, and I've got some behind and some above the layers. So I just wanted to spell out the word Cuties. I just had a bit of a fiddle and then trying to decide if I was happy with it, because if anything is going to get moved on my layouts, it's going to be my title. I will move it around so many times. I did buy some wax paper the other day, and I thought that would be really good for moving around bits and pieces on the layout, especially titles. So I may need to start using that more because, yeah, I'm terrible for moving around titles. So I end up adding a hashtag, and here's my sewing machine again. So I don't know that this worked though. I think this is why I had to cut it down. I'm pretty sure it messed up again, and I had to cut it down because it had torn up the corner of the layout. I'm pretty sure you would have thought I would have learnt from the first time, but no, I definitely did not learn from the first time. So you'll see me now having to pull up that stitching, and then I had to cut down the sides of that layout. Or I could have really covered up the corner, but I decided to just, you know, just border the layout because that looks trendy. So now I'm cutting off, I think, about 1/2 inch from each side. Well, not from each side, from 2 sides. And then that gives me a nice edge to work with. And now I'm just cutting off the, what do you call those? I don't even know what you call those things now. Border strips from the bottom. But they're the branding strips, that's what they're called. And now I'm having some issues with my ATG gun. So this layout was troublesome, honestly. If anything technical was to go wrong, it was on this layout. So I think I might have fixed it, I hope. Yeah, I did fix it. It takes a lot of getting used to those ATG guns if you've got one. I don't know, if you've got any tips on how to really get it running properly, love to know, because it's very hard to get used to using them. So I just pop that on, and now it's very unforgiving too. Like if you want to place something down like that, you saw me rip that up. It does take a lot of paper with it, so you don't really want to be making decisions more than once with that. So now I've just got a date stamp, or not a date stamp, a word stamp, sorry. I think I'm trying to decide what to stamp on there. I was mucking around. I have so many roller stamps now. Does anyone else have a gazillion roller stamps? I mean, they release one with every collection, and it's an item that I just have to buy. I cannot resist a good roller stamp. I have my favourites, but yeah. This one says see the world. I don't know. I think this might be Chamel or Dear Lizzie. I can't remember. But I did mess up the stamping in a couple places, so I just added some of these puffy stickers I had in my stash and just went with a little bit of a cluster there. I don't worry so much. I'm not a perfect scrapbooker, so I just went with it. And now I think I sewed it later on when I fixed my sewing machine, and then yeah, I did. Then I showed you the close-ups without showing you how I sewed it. So I did fix my sewing machine. And the ink is not dry, but I hope you enjoyed looking at this layout and seeing my process, and I'll see you soon. Bye!